Elementary school. So guys, I'm Stacey Steele. Thank you so much. You've been a great audience. Thank you. We're going to keep this show going. The next guy coming to the stage is a very dear friend of mine, and it's a really special treat. He's a really funny guy. He's here all the way from Texas. He's been on JLTV, LMAO TV, all kinds of other credits that I'll let him talk about. Please give it up for Patrick L. Puckett!
One more time for Stacey Steele, ladies and gentlemen. Let her hear it. I'm going to just bring this up to adult size and we're going to get cracking. How we doing tonight? Second show, huh? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that loud. How you doing tonight? God damn, that first show, you thought they were at a mandatory staff meeting. Just stare at me and just... Shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not woke. So if you're expecting new school woke, you rattle up with me. I'm old school woke. There's two wokes. There's old school woke, like don't trust the government, don't trust the corporations, stay woke. There's old school woke. Then there's this soft ass, candy ass new school woke. Like, I don't say artichoke anymore because it has choke in the title and it makes me feel so triggered, like it reminds me of when my dad used to choke my mom every time she burned the manicotti. I say Art of Cancelled because I don't eat this. They're just delicious pine cones of evil and I just can't help my fucking self. And you're not gonna get any of that tonight. You're gonna get a raw with me tonight, let me tell you. Yesterday was my 90th day of sobriety. Not in a row, like fucking ever. After that first audience that rode here tonight, I'm higher than LA rent. God damn. I ran into one of those candy selling kids Stacey was talking about. I ran into one of those little bastards in the parking lot. Say, mister, you want to buy some candy? What's the money for? Help keep kids off streets like me. There's a problem. I like candy, and where I like to get my candy is kids that are on the streets, so I don't know what kind of an investment you think is going to happen here, sir. But I'm going to need to see you next Tuesday also, so. God, she mentioned I'm originally from Texas. I lived in California. I moved here from LA. And now I'm in Florida. I feel like the Goldilocks of the southern part of the United States. This place is too soft, and this place is too bang bang Jesus. And then this place, Florida, fuck yeah, Florida. I was not prepared, however, for the wildlife situation. I did not know I was moving to a redneck Jurassic Park. I did not know that from time to time I would turn on the lights in the middle of the night and one of those big green lizards, those iguanas, whatever the fuck you call them, would be sitting. Iguana. I gotta do that Gwen Stefani thing to get it right. It's iguanas, I-G-U-A-N-A-S. Okay. One of those iguanas would be sitting in the corner with a handful of mosquitoes like sunflower seeds. Hey, man. I drove up here. I live in a place called Punta Gorda, which I'm convinced, based on the population, is Spanish for fat asshole. And I drove up here for the show tonight. I drove up 41. I almost hit a pig running across 41. A pig trying to get away from a panther. I lived in LA 10 years late. I never once saw a panther chase a pig through LA. I did see a Black Panther chase LAPD. That's about as close to that as it got with me. This is the only state where you can see on a regular basis see a guy wearing Crocs while getting eaten by a gator. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot going on in Florida, man. There's some sexy motherfuckers in here. I didn't want to see the last audience because they were built like a pile of unfolded laundry, but there's some sexy, like there's some real gut suckers in this room. You know, like have you ever heard that term before, a gut sucker? A gut sucker is a woman so fine that when she passes a guy in the street, he automatically sucks his gut in. You ever see that before? You ever see that? That guy at Walmart, and he turns, how you doing? He does that thing where he folds his arms and make it look like you actually go to the gym. Yeah, I got probiotics. Dude, your biotics are amateur at best. Shit. I'm fucking Florida, man. My dating range has changed coming to Florida. Now my age range of dating is young and crazy to old and grateful. That is anywhere in between, man. I moved here. My mom had a house. I moved out here. She passed away. I came to settle the estate, and it was in a 55 and over community. Woo! Those broads is aggressive. And they're low-key aggressive. It starts out sudden like, oh, you look hungry. Let me make you something to eat. You look thin as a rail. Okay. They get you over to their house. You gotta watch out. Here's where they get you. You know, my dear husband Edgar, he died about a year ago, and you look like you're about his size. Do you want to try on some of these clothes of his I got in the closet? Like, okay, all right. If Edgar wears Versace, we can do this. Let me see the size of your pension plan. We can talk about your pension plan. You know what I mean? Like, let's go, mama. I don't think the wrinkles that. Being here, I realize that there's many different cultures in Florida, but there's 3 specific different Floridas depending on where you're at. If you're south, if you are near Miami, you are in Florida. You come down to Florida, baila, mamacita. Let me tell you something. We're going to have a good time in Florida. We're going to do the cocaine. We're going to do the Cuban coffee. You can do my wife. We are going to do whatever the fuck we're going to. You're where I'm at? That's Florida. We go up north. We got cold and old. And we said, fuck it. We're going to Florida. And we're going to sit on the lanai, whatever the hell that is. We're going to get brown like New Orleans, just short little, Punta Gorda, where I live, is just short little brown little George Hamilton keychain looking. The lady and the guy and the Shih Tzu dog all have the same haircut and the same look on their face.
That's so mental.
What? What? We're gonna play pickleball. There's no pickles. I don't know why they call it pickleball, because everyone that plays is pickled. That's why. Then there's Florida. Fuck yeah. Country ass shit. Florida. Freedom. Hell yeah. America. Men with cutoff shorts, they come to here, but all their mullets come to here. They always have a koozie in their pocket, but never a condom. Never once. They have a girl with them, usually who's as tan as you could possibly be and simultaneously blonde as you could possibly be, that says nothing. And every once in a while, she'll just stand and go, fuck around and find out, and then go back to nothing. When that White Claw drinking Karen starts quoting Cardi B, back the fuck up, because you're about to get stabbed. My country friends are fucking wild. They took me to a sandbar party when I moved here. I had never been to a sandbar party before. I did not know that there's a situation where you would get on a boat, go out in the water, and then get off the boat. They took me to the sandbar party, and I'm psyched for it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm new here, I'm trying to fit in, I'm trying to like embrace the culture, and I'm like, I've never been to a sandbar party, I gotta figure out what to wear, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta dress the part, and I had this idea, Matthew McConaughey. That's a guy that knows how to be at a sandbar party, you know what I mean? Like, alright, you know what I mean? Like, alright. So I Googled pictures of him, and like, all these pictures on the internet of him on the beach in nothing but board shorts and a bandana. So that's what the fuck I went and bought. And got there and realized that board shorts and a bandana, I don't so much look like Matt McConaughey as I look fat and kinda gay. I got some cheap ass spray on sunblock and I just sprayed everywhere and bolted. I didn't even bother rubbing it in real good. I just sprayed and went, and now I've got this foamy white, like I've been masturbating manatees all afternoon. Just out there, We go to the sandbar party. They float a barge out, and there's 3 bands who all play the same 10 Leonard Skinner songs. There's 200 people all crowding stage all afternoon. They're in waist-high water, drinking Michelob. The kids are splashing around, having a good time. I'm sitting at the back of the boat at my friend's boat watching. I've had a couple drinks. I'm like, you know what? I gotta pee. I know they floated a bathroom barge out here. Certainly with this many people in attendance, they would have no, nothing, like nothing. And I'm like, all right, I will slip behind this boat, kind of squat down in the water, and do what I gotta do and get back to the party. And I realized there were 200 or 300 people all crowded together, really close together, that have drank way more than I have, and no one has moved from their spot one bit. Kids are splashing around. Sweet home. The guy, one of the lead singers, stops and goes, "Hey man, I think we should stop and acknowledge all the soldiers that gave us freedom so we could be here today. I was in the Army. I'm a soldier. I never once put my life in harm's way so that you could Pete Michelob on your kids while you sang Freebird again and again and again. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're welcome for my service, but if you guys could just kind of pace yourselves a little bit." Like I said, I moved here from California. Man, the women here are great. Aren't the women the women in Florida I like better than the women in California? I grew up, y'all are wild, y'all are fun, y'all are crazy and you're fun. I grew up in Texas where you went out with a woman, you know what I mean? You had a partner in crime, and especially food. Women will cook for you. I'm raised around women that knows the good enchiladas will give you a lot of good inches. You know what I mean? They know how to take care of their dude. And I moved to California where just these soft, dainty, I have an audition in the morning. I can't really eat anything because if I look at food, I'll get fat. And I have a very important audition, and I have to selfie myself 5 times a day because I have for the gram. It's for the gram. I can't eat graham crackers, but I can be on the gram. I took this girl to a restaurant, and she goes, "I have to eat super clean. Excuse me, waiter, I'm curious. Is the salmon," she said salmon, she pronounced the L like a Philistine, is the salmon grass-fed? Bitch, we're TGI Fridays. If you don't pick off that 2 for 20, just right there off the 2 for 20. I don't know who you think you're with, but I'm a 2 for 20 guy. If you just get that right there, it'll be okay. I just had this really important audition. I can't put, maybe the chicken Caesar salad, that looks healthy. Tell me about the chicken. Was it vaccinated? Was it a free-range chicken? Did it have a wonderful life? Did it die peacefully amongst its relatives? Maybe I don't want the chicken, and I don't want the little gloutons. I don't want the gloutons. I don't need the tomatoes or I really don't. The lettuces just seem so filled. Do you have a wet plate that I can lick? Because I have this very important audition in the morning. I'm gonna be a star. I just need quinoa. You have any quinoa? Not girls in Florida. Fuck that. You show up at their house with your dick wrapped in bacon, they'll suck it with a side of ranch, I promise you. Won't you? I did that joke the other night, this lady goes, "I prefer blue cheese." I bet you do, bitch, I bet you do. I moved here, my mom passed away, and I had a house I had to sell and divide amongst the extra people she had. She had 3 extra people. I say they're extra people. I didn't grow up with these people. I don't know them. I don't really consider them siblings. Just extra people that fell out of my mom, and I got to give them money. My whole lineage, we're kind of crazy. I have a younger brother. He's 20. He's in college. He's autistic, but whatever that autistic thing in his brain has fixed the rest of our problems. He does not have any of the drug problems, mental health problems, relationship issues, money issues. Where we're all broken, he is fixed. All he does is he wakes up, he combs all of his hair to the right, he buttons all of his buttons, and he makes straight A's. That is his life. He is the best of us. She had 2 twin girls, we had 2 twin sisters that have spent their life aggressively trying to see who could be the better meth head. And they're both winning. And I hated the idea of having to give these 2 junkies money. First of all, they spent their lives stealing from my mom anyway. But now I got to give them tens of thousands of dollars, and I know they're going to squander it. And I tried to negotiate some kind of deal with the judge. All right, what if I just gave them $1,000 per tooth? Can we do something where you know what I mean? Buckle up. The house sells, it closes. Right when I'm getting ready to cut the checks, I get a phone call that one of my twin sisters has died. And I heard the news, and I was honestly immediately disappointed. Like, that wave of disappointment hit me, because I'm like, fuck. I thought twins did everything together. I told them. Did not tell anyone to hit the wolf shit. I fucking told them. I love watching the groans turn their the self-righteous groans turn to laughter like, fuck those bitches. Yeah, I'm a mess myself. I'm a hypochondriac and a conspiracy theorist at the same time. My brain is an asshole that constantly. I have a lump on my right ass cheek that I am convinced is cancer. But I will not go to the doctor because I know that doctors are just these mind-altering drug pill pushers. They're probably going to implant something that, like send some signal to China, like they're going to report, you know what I mean? Like they're going to track my movements, all of my movements. Every time I fart, new Amazon's going to show up in my house. I'm convinced of it. Like over the last 2 years, I'm not the only one. I think everyone's become like that. Over the last 2 years, tell me at least once you didn't like sleep with the fan on or sleep with your mouth open and then wake up with it scratching and go, oh fuck, it's COVID, I'm gonna die. It's my turn, and it's in my lungs, it's bronchial, it's bronchovitis. I got bronchovitis. I went to one of your malls today. Every time I go to a city, I like to go to like the Hood Mall and the Good Mall and the one in between. Yeah, I know. And there was one where they have this fish therapy. You put your feet in fish water, and the fish are supposed to eat the dead skin off your feet. And somebody was like trying to get me to do that. First of all, I'm not. If I'm spending $70 and the fish is involved, I'm eating the fish aren't eating me. Let's establish. You know what I mean? I am the top of the food chain. You know what I mean? I'm not going to. And then I look at it, I'm like, I don't see them changing the fish out. I don't see them changing the water out. These people are, like, these fish are like eating dead skin and shit dead skin, and my feet are, the part that made me kind of like, every person that was doing that all had a COVID mask. Like, what do you're there getting fish foot, booty pox, but you're breathing clear. And you paid like, my brain is an asshole though. I had like just something will pop in my head and it just won't. I just can't get it to like get out of there. I once lost sleep one night. We're all from the South. We've all heard the expression shitload, shit ton, whatever, right? I spent a whole night trying to figure like, okay, so like, how many buttloads do you think are in like a butt ton? And then how would you convert butt ton to like shitload? And right, you know what I mean? Like there's buttload and then shitload. That's got to be like what, 50 buttloads in a shit. And then like, oh, but then there's like fuckload. And so how many buttloads would you have to have enough shitloads to have a fuckload? Then there's a fuck ton. Then there's as fuck. Then there's Bitcoin. Where the fuck? It just never stops in here. Brain never stops. I don't want to bring that in the world. I don't want to pass that on to kids. Plus, I don't fucking like them. I don't have that mindset for kids. I listen to I'm 42, which is, in some parts of the state, I'm still technically a minor. And some of my friends they're having offspring, and I know what kind of people they're raising by how they refer to them. Either children or kids. I'm so proud of the children. Sebastian got a scholarship fencing. You know, my damn kid got caught fencing the other day, and the children are going to be on TV on America's Top Chef Junior. My kids almost burned my house down trying to make pizza in a toaster. I told them, put it sideways. Anybody remember the BTK killer? A friend of mine was explaining this serial killer back in the day. My friends were explaining to me the BTK killer. And they were telling me about how this guy, his killing spree was very, very, it wasn't like any regular serial killer where it was predictable. You could see a pattern. When they finally caught this guy, they finally arrested him, they asked him, why was it so sporadic? Why was it so here and there? And his answer was, I got married, I had kids, the demand of a husband and a father kept me from being on target. I heard that story, and my first thought was, is there no dream a child won't destroy? Like, legitimately, like this guy, all he wants to do is be a killer. I got soccer practice. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, how many times was this dude in the Walmart parking lot, like, see that bitch right there? I want to skin her, I want to kill her. Pop. Thin Mints, Girl Scout Thin Mints, go get your Girl Scout Thin Mints. I'm going to beat that bitch. It's not for me, man. Kids ain't for me. I was married before. I was married twice. I got married back to back, twice, back to back. Like a goddamn, I got 2 consecutive rings, like a goddamn champion. Me and Tom Brady. Consecutive rings. And much like Tom Brady, I too was accused of cheating. The difference was, I had to get my rings back. So, my first wife, she was from El Salvador. That's how she said it every time she said it. I'm from El Salvador. Very proud of it. My family is from West Texas. They're not very culturally aware. They're not very educated. My family thinks that Big Dipper and Little Dipper are units of tobacco can measurement. I was in theater class in school, and we were doing Shakespeare, and my uncle thought I was learning to African dance. We're not. Let that sink in for a little bit. They're not very well-adjusted people, and they did not understand the concept of where she was from. My uncle would constantly ask me, so, which one of the Mexican countries did you say your wife was from again? And that's how they think. They think, in their brain, there's white, there's black, there's Mexican. My best friend in high school was from Hawaii. They called him Pineapple Mexican the entire time we knew each other. And I would try to explain to them, Uncle Ron, she's from El Salvador. El Salvador? I tell them, baby, El Salvador. El Salvador, Uncle Ron, is in Central America. Central America? You mean like Kansas? My marriage didn't last long at all. We argued, she and I argued constantly, because I am not only an asshole professionally, I'm an asshole recreationally. And she didn't have any kind of goddamn sense of humor. She would, the one morning, she tried to stab me one morning. Patricio, she had this cute little nickname for me, Piojito. Piojito, I want the baby. Let's have a baby. I want a little something that is my blood and your blood that is mixed together. And just joking. I was like, redneck Irish and El Salvadorian. Is that the mix you really want? Like, you think this city needs another hot-tempered alcoholic mechanic? I thought, she goes, I stab you. That's the only way I got out of the way. She announced it, I stab you. She's like, I don't cook for you, I don't have sex with you, no pupusa of any kind, no more. But when you're young and married, you wake up with it hard enough to fight crime with it. So, you know, I'm like, you can't just leave me hanging. You gotta do something. Okay. Sana, colita de rana. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it because I get the ojo. I don't want to see it.
You want to explain that?
She did not know how to cuss in English. I tried to teach her how to cuss in English, and she did not know how to cuss in English. And I knew, like, she would cuss me all the time. It would just all be wrong. But I knew, like, after a while, that hot Latin passionate blood, you know, sooner or later, old Thunder Bear is going to start looking delicious. You know what I mean? I come home one day, she's in that negligee that I like, kind of posted up in the doorway of our bedroom. Piojito, you look very sexy. I want you to come back here and fuck me over. Huh? You heard me. I want you to fuck me over like no one has ever fucked me over before. All right, baby. So I had it reported. I sent her right back to Topeka where she came from. This is fun. The last show, I lived, like I said, I lived in LA for a while. And the last show I did in LA was in a prison. I wasn't there. I wasn't in prison. I was just at a prison. I was in a prison. And I was nervous the whole time. I'd never been in a situation like that before. And I was kind of nervous. We went through this big metal detector, and that asshole voice in my brain, like worried, like what other than metal are they going to detect? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they going to, it's like, beep, he hadn't done his taxes, beep, he has an 8-ball in the glove box. You know what I mean? Like, I'm expecting to go there and do 10 minutes of comedy. Are they going to make me stay a little longer? My shit's not all the way together. We get out to the yard, and everybody is segregated. And I've never been in a situation that was, like, obviously intentionally segregated like that. All the white guys were way left. All the black guys were way right. The opposite of politics, if you're keeping score, I guess. And I'd never been in a situation like that. I wasn't raised to have, like, in my head, I couldn't stop thinking the whole show, like, if ever I were in here, I don't know where I would sit. You know what I mean? Like, would I have to sit with the white guys? If I have black friends, would I get to sit with the black? Like, where would I sit? And I kept thinking about where I would sit if ever I were in jail, in prison. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought about me, I realized I know exactly where I would sit if I were in prison. I would sit wherever the fuck my new boyfriend told me to sit. Because I am not in shape. I don't have get off of me arms. You know what I mean? Like, I have sock folding arms. I can do that, but I can't. I don't have, like, I'm not in any kind of shape. I'm pale, like uncooked chicken meat. I don't work out. I thought Pilates was an Italian restaurant like a week ago. I do not. I'm at that age where metabolism isn't anybody else at that age where you start to get doughy around the middle, and this thing gets bigger and bigger, and you see less and less of yourself, like a cock sunset every day, just a little bit. I would not do well in prison. In prison, a mohawk is not just a hairstyle, it's a handle, and I am not. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I'm worried about it too. Have you ever given any thought to that? Like, if for some reason she set you up, like, you know what I mean? Like, she was like, this guy's got to go. And she set you up, you were in prison. Or if you were stuck in an elevator with an MMA fighter, it's the same thing. Like, and some guy decided, like, I'm going to take it. Have you thought about what your options are? You have two. One, hope you black the fuck out. Wake up, wipe off, go to therapy. Two, you better learn some sexy moves to make it end quicker. You know what I mean? Those are your options. One of my favorite things to do with my girl, we like to watch TV. She watches, I hate to watch TV with her when it's her time to watch TV, but she watches stupid shit all the time. She watches, like, there's a show, Sweet 16, where, like, some bratty 16-year-old gets a $100,000 party, you know what I mean? Like, there was one episode, this guy hands his daughter a $75,000 tricked out Range Rover, white on white, cocaine white, at least what I've been told is cocaine white, allegedly, I wouldn't know. But white on white, and he starts to hand her the keys and goes, hang on a second, sweetie, I'm going to give you this, but only if you promise to respect me more and your mother. What teenager is going to go, I don't know. If we downgrade to a Prius, can I call you an asshole every Thursday? Like, of course she's going to say yes. My shit's old nature shows. I love old nature shows, but it has to be like the old British narrated ones. Like, you wouldn't want a nature show narrated by some guy from New Jersey. Like, hey, yo, look at this moose. Now watch that tiger fuck up that moose. I like old nature. One of my favorite ones is there's this guy that he got, this old British guy. They dropped him off in the middle of nowhere. And the whole premise of the show is, whatever tribe he found, he had to eat whatever they served him. And it was just episode of these tribal people just fucking with this white dude. Welcome to my village. My name is Bichwe Mamoni. Please eat. And then there's one episode, they had convinced this guy that the honored guest in their village, when they killed a boar, the honored guest got to eat the asshole. And this British guy was like, I'm so honored that they would just bestow upon me this great delicacy. And these African people gave him this smoking O-ring. And this guy looked dead in the camera and he goes, in the Serengeti, the Hershey Highway is so al dente. I am dying, sir, for a moment where me and a girl are being intimate and I go, hey, in the Serengeti. Thank you very much. My name is Patrick Puckett. Good night.
Patrick Puckett, let him hear one more time. Are we having a good time tonight or what? You guys are so much better than the last show. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. All right, you ready for your headliner?
Oh, done.
Right, you are. You might recognize this guy from Living Single. Got the
Woo!
cheesy